welcome to this edition of the cartoon Flashback. And you can see the title down below. We're going to talk about one of my favorite series, a series that I tried to catch on occasions when I lived in Kansas and really got a kick out of. And that, of course, is, again, you see the title down below, Justice League Unlimited. Now before we talk about Justice League Unlimited, let's talk about how Justice League Unlimited came about. You see, pretty much from 1991-92 to about 2006, or 2004-2006, was basically a near 14-year run of what was dubbed as probably the best animation adaptations of any comic books, bar none. Now, some might say, well, Marvel had their adaptations done very well as well. You know, with Spider-Man, X-Men, X-Men Evolution, Spider-Man Unlimited, you name it. But the thing about the DC ones, despite how you feel about DC Comics now, is their animation adaptations back then was something to behold. Because you had no idea what you were getting with that animation, with those shows. Again, it all started with Batman in 1982, which basically was created and sort of was an animation adaptation and continuation, if you will, or animation adapted, or influenced animated adaptation of the Batman franchise based around the Tim Burton films and later on the Joel Schumacher films. Then after the success of that, of course you had Superman come into play in about 1996, around 1996 I believe. And then after that, of course you kind of had a couple of seasons of that. And then after a few seasons of that, you had Justice League, a premiere around 1999-2000. And after a couple of seasons of that, you had, of course, the two seasons from 2004 to about 2006 of Justice League Unlimited. That's right. And somewhere in between there were other shows as well, but still you had a lot of good shows. And Justice League came out, like I said before, right after Superman. I mean, basically the way it was done was this. You had the Batman series, you had the Superman series, you had JL, and then you had JLU. That's how it went. Literally, that's how it went. True, Batman series went through some different incarnations. It went from just Batman to New Adventures of Batman and Robin to just the New Adventures of Batman. And then it got crossed over with an hour-long block called the New Adventures of the New Batman Superman Adventures, which of course that began with World's Finest, the three-part movie, which was a season premiere for both series, and basically promoted the fact that now you were going to have an hour-long block worth on Saturday mornings of devoted to a Superman and a Batman, to a Superman adventure and a Batman adventure. And of course, this all ran within the spans from 92 to 2000. And around 2000, like I said, we got essentially the JL. We got the Justice League. Now the Justice League, basically, this all came about from the fact that unlike Batman, Superman had a lot of guest stars. He had the Flash, he had Aquaman. He even had, I think, perhaps Wonder Woman, I'm not really sure. But he had his guest stars. Then, like I said, around 1999, 2000, that's when that concept came around. And then about 2002 to about 2004 to 2006, you had the JLU, the Justice League Unlimited show. The Justice League Unlimited was basically a continuation of Justice League, but really emphasized what the code name Unlimited meant. It didn't just focus on primarily Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, Green Lantern, Flash. No, it also focused on other characters that were part of the Justice League, like Supergirl, like Vixen, like Stargirl, like Zatanna. You know, basically any character you could think of that was a major hero or sort of a major hero or mid-major hero of the DC universe or heroine was focused on in JLU. And that's what I liked about it. But the other thing I liked about the Justice League Unlimited series, as well as its predecessor, and even this was shown up in Superman, was the fact that they didn't have to use the superhero names. No. They actually used their real names. And that's something I liked about it. You know, you didn't see, you know, at times, I mean, you did see it with X-Men a lot, but the thing is, with Marvel's X-Men and all that, but still, you know, you mostly associated characters, like in Spider-Man, not as Peter Parker when he was wearing the mask, but just as Spider-Man. You didn't always associate Wolverine in the X-Men series as Logan when he wore the uniform. It was mostly Wolverine. You know, at times, I mean, yeah, there were times they were referred to by their real names, but still, it was mostly by costume. The point is, with JLU, with the Justice League, I like the fact that you didn't have someone like, say, Martian Manhunter go like, Wonder Woman, how you doing? No, it was like, Diana, how you doing? You know, you didn't see Superman asking Batman, what are we going to do? No, it was like, Bruce, what are we going to do? I mean, that was the uniqueness, and I liked that. I really did. And, you know, and to say that this is an era of animation, of DC Comics animation, Warner Brothers animation, whatever you want to call it, that should come again, hey, if it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We just have to enjoy it for what it was. And I enjoyed it. I did. I got a kick out of the fact that it tied into a lot of other franchises that they did, like Static Shock. It tied into Batman Beyond, not once but twice. So it was really cool to see all that. I like the fact that, you know, they even say it in the special features of Disc 1. You know, I like the fact that they decided to make JLU not just dark still, keep that dark tone that DC Comics was known for, but to lighten it up, make it a little humorous. I like the fact that, you know, you have the episode, I can't think of it right now, where basically this sorceress, this lady, to stop this other kid, shrinks, basically regresses members of the Justice League, the main core members, if you will, into kids. Like Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, Green Lantern. You know, just shrinks them down, regresses them down to kids, to adolescents, to teenage, kind of like pre-teens. I like that. I like how, you know, when you watch that episode, you have Wonder Woman, or when she's a kid, Wonder Girl, kind of flirt a little bit with Batman, or Batboy as he's known. So that was kind of cool. People like that. And that's what really made this a very watchable, very popular, very enjoyable show. Now you're probably wondering why this is blank. Well, it's because I'm out of ink right now, and I don't got no ink or anything to print out the series cover, or, you know, it would say complete series or something like that. But still, you know, it was stuff like that, you know, like with the fact that they became kids, you know, that made it funny. It was with the fact that Wonder Woman got turned into a pig, in this little piggy, by this, I can't think of this villainous name right now, out of revenge towards her mom on the Amazon island. I like that. I like that comedic part of it. I like the fact that, you know, they even, after Zatanna is dueling this out, kind of throwing stuff at her, that when she hits her with a piano, all you see is the villainous's legs kind of just go flat and roll under, just like the Wicked Witch of the West, or the Wicked Witch of the East, I should say, or whatever, and in The Wizard of Oz. That was cool in its own right. You see, to me, Justice League Unlimited definitely did what they've been hoping for with a lot of the series. It got, I mean, not saying all the other series didn't do this, but it got it down, to me it got it down right. I mean, basically you've got the humor, you got a great balance of humor, you got a great balance of darkness, drama, action, adventure. I mean, you just got an overall great balance of storytelling and continuity throughout this series. I like the fact that they pay homage to the Super Friends show by doing the Legion of Doom deal. I like that. I like the fact that we find out that it started with Grodd, if you will, Grodd, I think, as the leader, but he ended up getting usurped by Lex Luthor, who basically, as we find out throughout the series, is, I guess, communicating with Brainiac inside of his own mind, or something like that. And he's got his other members of the Legion of Doom, or the Secret Society, going like, is this guy lost his marbles or what? And you know, they didn't shy away from killing off characters if they had to. Especially towards the end of the series, they didn't shy off. True, they weren't violent, you know, bloodshed deaths, you know, but they were still kind of gruesome in their own right, especially with the screams and the yells and stuff like that. It was really cool. I mean, they weren't afraid to shy away from that. I mean, I like the fact that, especially with the finale, the last episode, the end of the second to last episode, and then mostly the last episode, I like how they kind of made that a continuation and a finale, a conclusion to the Twilight episode. I like that. You know, you don't ever see a series continue on from where another one left off. To me, Justice League Unlimited definitely set the tone. Well, it didn't just set the tone, but basically set the tone for what a DC animated adaptation, CGI or 2D animated, could be. They really set the tone for that. I like that in a great way. And you know what? There is one series that did kind of balance it out in that similar fashion, but kind of took it up a notch a little bit more with the humor, and that was Teen Titans. Teen Titans was basically sort of that same balance, but they took it up a notch with the humor. And then you take a look at Young Justice, they're getting that balancing out as well, except they're taking they took the dark part up a notch more than the humor. So, to me, JLU definitely set the tone of what an animated DC adaptation can be, and how successful it can be. It was just really, really well done. I mean, I love the stories they got going in it. I like the fact that you kind of get like ancient history. I love how the fact that you find out, after she's back with the team, that Shayera, Hawk Girl, was a past, the reason her and Green Lantern, or John, as he's called, or what I think it's John or whatever, I can't think of his name, the whole name right now, you end up finding out that they are what is known as star-crossed lovers. In other words, they're lovers that come together because they were lovers in a past life. And then you find out that Hawkman has a connection to that, and that's all you need. That's stuff that, I hate to say it, Sonic wouldn't even do, even if they wanted to. The point is, Justice League Unlimited set that tone. You watch every single episode, you'll see exactly what I mean. They set the tone. It's a tone that has been reached, has been surpassed in some areas that it's set, like the humor and the dark, like the humor in Teen Titans, and the darkness maybe in Young Justice, but has yet to be equaled when balancing all that out at once. I know I'm going to get some people saying, well, one show did do that. And I'm not saying it didn't. But the thing is, to have what you had here was just unreal. Was just, to me, was just the perfect blend of storytelling with the perfect blend of humor, drama, action, adventure, and just overall great characters and storytelling. Again, what more could you ask from a series like this? You can't. You can't ask more. I mean, you literally can't ask for any more than that. And to me, like I said, it set the tone for what a DC animated adaptation, CGI, 2D, has to be. You know, you even take a look at the CGI Green Lantern and the CGI new Batman show, and they're more emphasized on the darkness than they are humor. So that's why you still haven't found that one show yet that balances, that has that exact same balance scene that JLU did. And to me, it's what makes it good. I mean, I can't stop watching it. I mean, my favorite episodes are Alive, Destroyed, Epilogue, and I love watching them because they're so well done. The storytelling, the characterization is so well done. You can't ask for any more. And again, for the fact that you don't just call the characters by their real name, by the superhero names. You call them by the real name. They get called by the real. That is something that very few, like X-Men and maybe Spider-Man, have done, but have never really done as much recently. I know I'm kind of getting a little overexcited here, but this is just to show that if you've not seen it yet, I suggest you check this show out. Go to YouTube if you have to. Go to Daily Motion. Go to Netflix. And if you have Netflix streaming, add this to your streaming queue and watch it. And if you want to watch it through DVD, then get it on DVD. Buy it or rent it from Netflix or Redbox. And then DVD Fab it if you want to own it, if you can't afford to buy the series box set, the series set itself. But the point is, Justice League Unlimited was a great show, continues to be a great show, and I'm just surprised Nostalgia Critic or Linkara hasn't done a review on this. I mean, this is a show you have to review. This is a show they have to sit down, do a co-review about, and people will enjoy it. To me, it'll be one of the most watched reviews. I guarantee it. But to me, this is definitely a show I recommend. So if you want to watch a good DC animated adaptation, watch JLU, Justice League Unlimited. It's worth it. So that's all I'm going to say. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. And thank you for watching this edition of the Cartoon Flashback. As we look back, as we talked about, Justice League Unlimited.